Okay, so the first thing in here that I'm going to put up is my legacy deck called Bloodthirsty Sadism. This is kind of a self-given name, but it's been called a sadistic deck, so that's where it got it from. It focuses on lifesteal using mostly vampire cards. The first card that's really important to this deck is Soren Markov, because his abilities kind of branch off from the entire deck, and it allows an interesting backup to the creatures and spells. Then you have Sanguine Bond and a bunch of other life steal spells. Sanguine Bond doesn't exactly work as a life steal, but whenever you take life or gain life, you deal damage to a target player equal to that much life. So if you're playing a player and he has 20 life, and you play Sanguine Bond and Blood Tribute and tap a vampire, it's an instant win, because you deal half the life, which is 10, and then Sanguine Bond deals 10 more. There are a bunch of other heavy, life-taking, destructive cards in this deck, but it's based mostly around the Child of Night and Barony Vampire, which will form the core of the sort of defense and attack. Really, the deck is based around not so much creatures, but spells. Spells like Feast of Blood and Corrupt offer a lot of fuel for that Sanguine Bond. Now, with the Barony Vampire and the Child of Night which has lifelink, which is also another great tool for the Sanguine Bonds, offer the basis and the core of the creatures of the deck, as I said. Vampire Nocturnus offers that boost, especially with the creatures with lifelink, that creates a really great amount of damage. Drana, not so much important, not really useful, just kind of a nice creature to have as backup in case you can't get Sanguine Bond out or it's destroyed. Captivating Vampire offers that +1/+1, and with two of them in the deck, it can make up to +2/+2, which is another great thing for lifelink creatures like Vampire Nighthawk and Child of Night. For easy removal, there is that Feast of Blood I mentioned earlier, which if you control 2 or more vampires, you can destroy target creature and gain 4 life. There's Gatekeepers of Malakir, which offer a great amount of removal for creatures specifically. And there's 2 Gul'Draz's Assassins, which act as sort of tokens. -4/-4 is the max that they can do, and it does a lot of damage, and I'm not very liked around my Friday Night Magics for those. In addition to their -4/-4 ability, they can get up to 4 4s, which is formidable in a vampire deck. Add the 3 Vampire Nighthawks onto that and a Captivating Vampire, and you have a massive, I think that's a 10/10, probably more than that creature, and they are absolutely unstoppable at that point. Also, there's Malakir Blood Witches, a few other easy life drain spells that you can use. The deck is a black-based deck, 60 cards, and 24 swamps. 4 of these swamps can be swapped out for a Piranha Marsh, but that's not really too bad. That's not too important. The 36 cards that make up the core of the spells of the deck are almost all related to life drain, except, of course, Drana, who kind of acts as removal, but really she's just a tank, just in case anything bad happens. The deck that I've been playing, I've been pretty good about it and haven't been able to be beat by the people I play with very often. So here's to this deck getting spread around a little. Enjoy!